What's a nickname that one person called you, and you stuck with it for the rest of your life? My parents started calling me Dan Dan because saying Daniel out loud every single day, multiple times, was apparently too much to ask of two adults. That was it. Nothing that was ever supposed to leave the house. Then my mom showed up early one afternoon to take me to the dentist. She walked through the school hallway, spotted me by the lockers, and just let it rip. Dan Dan, let's go! Full volume. My friends turned and looked at me like I had just been exposed on national television. Next morning, I walked into school, and before I even got through the door, someone yelled it. Yo, how was the dentist, Dan Dan? Then another one. What did you eat for breakfast, Dan Dan? Every single interaction, every hallway pass, every lunch table. At first, it was genuinely infuriating, just straight up annoying, because it wasn't even a joke at that point, it was a ritual. Then something shifted. More people heard it. Then more people after that. Kids I had never spoken to in my life were walking up to me in the hallway like we had history. Yo, what's up, Dan Dan? I'm sorry, we have never met. It spread like something in the water. Then the teachers caught it. I don't know how it crossed that line. But one morning during roll call, my homeroom teacher looked down at her sheet and just said, Dan Dan, without looking up, without a pause, like it had always been there. It got so bad that one day I turned in an assignment with my actual name on it, Daniel. My teacher stopped the lesson mid-sentence, held the paper up, and asked the class whose this was. She genuinely did not connect it to me. I had to raise my hand. She looked at me, looked at the paper, looked back at me. Oh, I didn't know that was your name. High school came, and Dan Dan had a reputation before I even walked through the front doors. Freshman orientation, and people were already using it. I hadn't heard Daniel in so long that it started sounding like someone else's name. One afternoon, someone was shouting it down the hallway. Daniel, loud. I kept walking. They yelled it again, 2 more times after that. Still moving. This person had to physically grab my shoulder and turn me around to face them. I genuinely did not register that the name applied to me. That's when I knew something had been permanently rewired. I put Dan Dan on a job application eventually, not as a joke. I just forgot to think twice about it. The manager called me in, reached out to shake my hand, and said, "Great to meet you, Dan Dan." Moved right into the interview. I've been Dan Dan for 15 years now. My parents created something they can't take back. Daniel doesn't really exist anymore. And honestly, at this point, I'm not even sure he ever did.